Okay, let's move on to the next lesson. Just going to do, we're going to continue with exponents. It's powers of powers or powers to a product. Now, remember in the last class, we saw that x to the a times x to the b equals x to the a plus b. The next rule simply is if you have a power raised to a power, that's x times b. Let's take a look at that. Just an example. If I say 2 to the third to the fourth power, right? We can see this is 2 to the third, 2 to the third, 2 to the third, 2 to the third. If you're still not really sure, write these out. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2 to the third raised to the fourth power is 2 to the 12th. Once again, and stay in the world of exponents. Don't go to your calculator and figure this out. Yes, I know off the top of my head it's what is it? It's 4096, but no. Leave it as 212, 2 to the 12th power. The next thing we need to know is if we're raising, let's say I have a product and I raise that to the b power, kind of like the distributive property, it's x to the b, y to the b. And a good example of that is, let's say something very simple. How about 2 to the x to the third power? Okay. The claim is that the answer is 2 to the third, x to the third. Let's just see how this works out. If you get a little nervous, say, okay, I know that if I raise something to the third power, it's 2x, 2x, 2x. And you go, oh, you know what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 2x. So this product raised to the third power, you raise at each part to the third power. Okay. So let's do some examples. Let's get some examples done. 5 to the fourth squared. Right? What I don't want you to do is go to your calculator and say, oh, well, 5 to the fourth is 625 and 620. No. We're in the world of exponents. We stay in the world of exponents. Well, the second rule says, well, the first rule says 5 to the 4 to the 5 times 5 to the 4 times 2, 5 to the 8th. Good. Next problem. How about x squared to the 5th? What do you think? Well, it's a power to the power, x to the 10th. How about m to the 0 to the 7th power? Well, the rules don't change. And this one you can write as 1. Here's a little advanced, but I think you can do it, right? P to the negative 4 raised to the 1/8 power. What's going on there? Well, the rules haven't changed. I don't care that there's negative. I don't care that there's fractions. If I have a power to a power, you multiply. Final answer, p to the negative 1/2. What that means is something for more interpretation, another conversation, but once again, a product to a product, you multiply. Okay, now let's come over here. Let me move that out of the way. And let's see what's going on right here. So this is this rule, right? Now let's take this rule and do some examples here. How about 2a to the 5th? What do you think about that? Well, we have a product raised to a power. Raise the 2 to the 5th, raise the a to the 5th. 2 to the 5th, a to the 5th. Some of you might say, oh, you know what, Mr. Elder, I know that that's 32 a to the 5th. And that's okay. Here's a good question. How about this one? Here's a square. And all the sides are congruent. And I'm telling you that one of the sides is 3s to the third. And so I want to know first of all, what's the perimeter? And what is the area? Take a second to think about that. Okay, we're back. Well, the perimeter is 4 times the sides. So that's easy. That's 12s cubed. What's going on with the area? Well, we know the area of a square is side squared. So it's 3s cubed squared. Well, now we combine 2 rules together. I know that the 3 gets squared, but I also know that the s cubed gets squared. So how are we doing for time? Oh, I have to go in a little bit. We have 3 squared times s cubed squared, which is 9s to the 6th. Let's try these 2 examples, and then we're done. 4g to the 5th to the negative 2. Okay, once again, 4 to the negative 2, g to the 5th to the negative 2, 4 to the negative 2, g to the negative 10. And to make it nice and pretty, we could write 1 over 16 g to the 10th. That's a little advanced. Last problem. Simplify. 3a squared times 4a to the 5th cubed. I'm going to step away. You pause the video. Okay, here's the answer. 3 squared, a squared, 4 to the 3rd, a to the 5th to the 3rd, 9, a to the 4th, 64, a to the 15th. Final answer, 64 times, what's 64 times 9? Well, 64 times 10 is 640 minus a 64, 586, 586, a to the 19th. You can leave this as exponents or you can multiply it. Good luck.